right, good morning. We're here in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I thought I'd take you along with me for one of my long runs as I'm training for my first ever marathon. So here we've got the training plan, and we've got 13 miles to do today. Probably make that into 13.1 at least to make it a nice half, maybe a little bit longer depending on how the route ends up. Don't like to go too much longer. Don't need those extra miles and injury risk, but kind of try to think of the plan as a little bit more of a suggestion. I'm doing the Hal Higdon Novice 2, and it's been going all right so far. The marathon is scheduled for, the Buenos Aires Marathon is September 21st, 25, and today is August 9th. So that's just about 6 weeks away out of the 18-week training plan. So I'm in the thick of it. There's not a lot of great places to run in Buenos Aires. I'm kind of far out in the Urquiza neighborhood, and there's some good spots around here. There's one good spot, I should say, the Parque Sarmiento, and that's a nice 2-mile loop. But I like to go for a little bit longer loop for my long runs. So today I'm going to the Costanera Sur Eco Reserve, which is on the other side of the city, and I'll be taking the subte over there. That's the metro here, and that's about a 40-minute ride. The only other nice place to run that I found where you can run in a large loop without having to cross the street a lot is in Palermo in the Rosendahl Park. So not a whole lot of options really. There's a lot of parks in Buenos Aires, but most of them are actually pretty small, so they don't make for good long runs. But let me know if any of you guys know of other good running spots. I'd love to check some out. All right, I'm about to head out pretty soon here, but before I do, I just thought I'd show you guys some of the gear that I take on my long runs. Today I'm wearing the Topo Ultraventure 4. It's like a cross between a trail runner and a road trainer. Got a long sleeve Patagonia shirt on. I like these because I just have to put on less sunscreen. I got some pants on too because it's winter here in Buenos Aires. It's about 41 degrees this morning, so not too bad. Some sunscreen, of course. And then I kind of laid everything out this last night. Got a hydration vest, windbreaker that I usually just kind of wear on the way over, and then I can slide it in here once I get going. Sunglasses, these are Tifosi. I forget exactly what they are, but I'll leave a link if I can find it. My Shox bone conducting headphones. I used to never run with headphones, but it's actually super nice, especially on these long runs. I bring my AirPods for the metro ride over because it can be a little noisy, and these let a lot of noise in, which is great when you're running, but not what I'm looking for on the metro. Got power bank just because I'm filming today. Oreos. I've been experimenting with fueling on the runs, and I'm not sure that Oreos are the greatest option, but I don't have any goos. I don't know that you really should use those on training runs either. I'm not sure exactly what the best thing to eat is. I don't really have any problem stomaching anything while I'm running, so I just figured I'd go for something with a lot of sugar and calories to keep me going. I try to not take any fuel until at least an hour to an hour and a half in. Same with water. I just don't feel that I personally need it, but I've heard that it's better to do it every half hour. So I'm trying to do that and be better about that and see how it goes. I expect the half marathon training run today to take me about 2 hours. So I'm gonna try to fuel at least 3 times during that run. And then I got a granola bar for after the run and my wallet because we gotta take public transportation over there. Hey, this is Will in the edit. I just forgot to mention that I also do run with a smartwatch. I use a Garmin Instinct 2, which is one of the cheaper, more basic options out there. But it is awesome to have a watch just to kind of monitor and collect all of your data. All right, Back to the video. Let's go. I'm walking over to the park now from the metro, and it's already warmed up quite a bit. The sun has come out, and I'm thinking these joggers might be a little bit warm by the end of the run, but we'll see how it goes. When we get there, it'll be good to see. Sometimes they close the park when it's been raining the night before for the state of the trails to keep them, you know, serviceable and usable. So I've made this whole trip over here before a couple of times, only for the park to be completely closed and having to do my long run on the sidewalk outside. But it's looking pretty good today, and we'll see for sure when we get over there. Looks like it's open. Here we've got the map of the park and some of the different options. This is the whole one. It says 7.9 kilometers. I'm not sure what 8 kilometers is supposed to be in miles off the top of my head, but from what I recall, one loop tends to be about a little over 4.5 miles. So I should be able to do a little under 3 loops, and that should get us there. So we'll see how it goes. Let's get going. So I just finished the first loop. We were at just about 4.75 miles on the watch, so just a little bit under, a little bit over what I was thinking, but that'll make for just a bit under 3 loops for today to get to the 13.1, and then I'll probably walk out of here, enjoy a little bit of the park before I leave. Just cruising. Everything else is good. Body feels good. And yeah, let's get it for loop 2. All right, just got done with the second loop, 9.5 miles, so consistent with the last one. That's good. A little bit of fatigue setting in, but I still feel good. Ready to finish strong. Yeah, I ate the first 2 Oreos after the first loop, after I recorded that video, and feeling good. Not having any problems with that. Feel a little bit awkward, have to admit. Never really filmed a vlog like this before. Never really filmed while I was running in general. Trying to get some interesting B-roll for you guys. Capture some of the different elements of the trail. It's pretty beautiful out here. We're right next to the Puerto Madero neighborhood, which is like the new money, high-class neighborhood where all the skyscrapers and modern buildings are. And then you have like this little slice of nature. So yeah, about 4 miles to go, and we'll just wrap it up, finish strong, and I'll see you guys again when this is done. All right, we're done. Walking out now. Feeling pretty tired, but otherwise pretty good. No serious aches or pains, just the usual. That's like a whole nother subject that I think I'll talk about a little bit when I get back to the apartment. All the injuries related with marathon training, especially wasn't expecting a lot of that. No, but today went well. I actually, according to my watch, hit a personal best for the half, which was like 1:57 something, and probably too fast, to be honest, because they say you're supposed to take it a little bit easier on these long runs for training, but not really much of a PB anyways, since I've only ran this distance maybe 3 or 4 times before as part of this same training block. So yeah, I'm kind of figuring this all out as I go. The thing about running is you like to think that it can be so simple, right? All you need is a pair of shoes, but then you inevitably end up buying more and more gear, and what was once a simple hobby becomes like pretty complex, and then you get into the details about fueling and all the rest of it. So yeah, still figuring a lot of it out, just reading on the internet and kind of winging it, but so well so far. So head back to the apartment now and do a little debrief when we get there. All right. All right, just got back, and the little ferry out in the plaza, that plaza there is just a couple of blocks from my apartment. It's a little bit bigger than it normally is. Usually it's just some fruit vendors or people like that, I believe from the countryside, come in and sell some stuff, but today was pretty big. There were a lot of different shops. But I do want to just debrief a little bit from the run now that I've had some time to think about it. It's 12:52, and that was a point I wanted to make as well. I woke up at 7 this morning. It's about the commute. It's about 40 minutes on the subte, on the metro, but it's about an hour, including walking and everything else. So it's a huge time commitment training for a marathon. That's something I've been thinking about a lot, and I still need to shower, probably get something in me, some eggs or something before I head out even. So I read somewhere online that you're not really done until you've eaten afterwards. And so I always try to do that pretty soon. So yeah, it's a huge time commitment. And also just running some of these longer distances, it's good because I feel like it's forced me to be more in tune with my body, because if you just push it, you'll get injured. And I've had a couple of different injuries. Some, the overuse injuries, I haven't like broken a bone or anything, thank God. Historically, I've had some IT band problems. Those flared up at the beginning of this training block, but then they went away. And then on the outside of my foot here, there's a term for it, and I'd never had that before, and that flared up for a couple of days. And I just try to, a lot of people run every day, or like that's like a big thing for them, but I try to actually just rest and stop when it's enough pain that it's significantly affecting my run. I try to make a point to actually take some rest days, and it does mess with my training block, and I feel like it's something I have to do. So that's my philosophy on it. I like to rest, recover, and I think the longest I've had to take off has been 5 days when I had that problem with my foot. Now I'm feeling a little bit, it's like behind my knee here. It's not too bad, but it's just constant, and I feel like, I'm feeling great now. It was a great run today, a beautiful day outside, and it really warmed up a lot, but there have been times on this training block where I've just been not feeling it. I feel like I'm running these long distances just because, I'm training for this goal, and it doesn't feel as authentic. Like I like running, for me, to run like 3-5 miles a day is like a nice routine. But when you're getting into these longer and longer daily runs, it gets to be a little bit challenging, and then the injuries can be legitimately pretty demotivating. But you get through it. You have days like today, which were just great, and I really hope that's evident in the B-roll for you guys when I go to edit here. My original plan for this race, first marathon, to do sub 4 hours. If I ran 1:57 for a half today, I was pushing. For the last mile, I realized that previous fastest half I did was 1:58, but I saw that it was possible, so I was pushing it pretty hard there for the last mile. But overall, I think the fueling helped. I only fueled twice. I ate basically 2 Oreos at 45 minutes, and then again at an hour and a half. I might have even been able to fuel more if I was doing it based on time instead of loops. I did a loop and then I did another one, and those were my benchmarks for when I wanted to fuel. But if I just did it by time, it would probably be better. And that's probably why I was running faster and feeling better as well. So I think that's something I want to look out for and be more intentional about in the future. I don't really know that sub 4 hours is in the books, but I'm going to try. I still think it's theoretically possible, so I'm going to try. But really just finishing is my ultimate goal, and that's the most important thing. Probably honestly should be running slower on these longer runs like I mentioned, but certainly not setting any land speed records, but it's a good time for me, I think. I think it's on pace for my goals, and as long as you're feeling good, enjoying the day, I think that's a win. Let's see what else here. yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks as always for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any marathon training tips. Leave them in the comments and subscribe if you want more, if you want to see how this race ends up. All right, take care.